What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after week 17 of our Los Angeles Crusaders franchise in season number 5. We have a lot to do today, so let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, the big question: did the 10-6 Crusaders do enough to make the playoffs? We will find out right now. We know how things unfolded in our division. We got second. We ended up 10-6. The Broncos won the division 12-4, meaning we are fighting for a wild card spot. Here we go, everybody. The AFC. The Crusaders have not made the playoffs. We did a whole lot, man. 10-6. You know, I can be pretty happy with that record. If we look down, the Broncos won the AFC West. The Patriots won the AFC East. Every other team is 10-6 after that. And unfortunately, we had a few key losses to teams, and they had the tiebreaker over us. The Jets winning one wild card spot with the AFC East. The Jaguars won the AFC South. The Steelers won the AFC North. So for the last wild card spot, we were competing with the Texans, the Colts, and the Crusaders. The Texans beat us head-to-head, so they had the tiebreaker over us. We did not play the Colts, but it looks like they had the tiebreaker over us as well. The Texans will get the last spot regardless, and that is not good. The Crusaders falling just short with the rookie quarterback. I really was thinking we had a shot at making it if we could make it to 10-6. Unfortunately, it just did not unfold in our favor. So that's going to be that. Do we have... No, we can't. That's all locked. Okay. So again, we have a lot to do today. We have to go over all the awards, all the stats. Derek Carr, the former Crusader, has won MVP, and that's just kind of like a shot in the gut. You know, we just missed out on the playoffs, and on top of that, our old quarterback is the one leading the way for his new team. Tony Charles shows off a photographic memory. Draft stock explodes. That's pretty interesting. I guess maybe he can either read defenses really well or read offenses really well. Our contract has been extended. That's good to see. We are a coach now. I really wish I never made that change. I didn't even think about it, really. It was kind of one of those things we just decided to do at the last second. I kind of went with it. But, you know, what's done's done. We did sign Gabe Jackson back. That's a huge signing for us. But now all we have to do is start looking at the stats. And I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. Again, this is going to be a longer news video. We'll just check out our team at first. Actually, let's just check out the... our division, and we'll check out our players by doing so. So AFC West, here we go. Tremaine Small ended the season with the best quarterback rating in our division, 97.6, 23 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions. Stuart Denny, though, had more yards and a lot more touchdowns. He also had a lot more interceptions. 97 quarterback rating for him, 3,807 yards, 37 touchdowns, 21 interceptions for him. Chaz Jenkins ended with a 94.8 quarterback rating. He really started stumbling in the second half of the season. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays through in the playoffs. He did throw for 4,500 yards, nearly 4,600 yards, 28 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. So Stuart Denny leading our team or our division in interceptions or touchdowns by quite a bit. Then Philip Farrell greatly struggled. In fact, I don't even know that he was benched for that injured for that last game. Looks like he might have just been benched. 14 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Matt Barkley came in and did a better job holding on to the ball. 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, so a better ratio there. Rushing the ball, Devin Golden leading the way. Only 8 touchdowns on the year, but he really started to explode towards the second half of the season. Jamal Charles with 10 touchdowns, second on the list. Le'Veon Bell and Matt Ball, the two Broncos here. And then Crisp, the rookie, had a pretty solid season. Well, he looked really good against us. Only 2.6 yards a carry. Kason Dobbs down here at 4 yards a carry. Stuart Denny had 4 touchdowns. That was pretty nice. Lamar Miller had 7 for the Chargers. Then Jesus King down here as well. And the rest of the list there. Receiving the ball, Thomas leading the way. We don't have anybody on this list. Just kind of scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. And then we got Keyston Mack here. 67 catches. 14.7 yards a catch. Now, if we're looking at touchdown, Shakir Gayton leading the way there. I definitely love to see that. And we had a whole lot of players just scattered about with touchdowns. Now, Keyston Mack only ended up with 5. He really started off slow and came on stronger towards the end of the season. Chase Cross and McNeil each with 4. And you know what? We might just scroll through our players really quick anyway. Let's just check out the rest of our division before we do that, though. Keegan Gibson and Khalil Mack, each with 19 sacks. Again, that's kind of the one slider. No matter what we seem to do, nothing's going to change there. Interceptions, Chris Harris Jr. with 6, Aqib Talib with 4, Eric Weddle with 4, and Dofisa Okafor and LaJohn Knight leading our team, each with 4. Mukamara had 3. Fumbles forced, I think we're looking pretty good in this category, though. And Brandon Spikes forced 5, nobody else even close. Sherman recovered 3. Blocks, 2 blocks, TJ Ward and Tamba Ali each getting 1. No safeties. Defensive touchdowns, 2 for LaJohn Knight, 1 for Dofisa Okafor, 1 for Jakari Ash against us, and then 1 for Eric Weddle. Moving forward, kicking, we got 33 of 33 for Prater, a monster season. Nobody had a whole lot of distance, only 1 kick of 50 yards. That's pretty crazy. 18 of 21, Gostkowski missed a few for sure, and the Chargers had to punt the ball away a whole lot there, but we do have Marquette King. We didn't punt the ball as much, and he punted the ball further than anybody. Kick return touchdowns, Chase Cross with 2, Giorgio McCown with the Broncos with 1, and Redmond with the Chiefs with 1. Punt return touchdowns, Tamani Cooper with 1. So let's go ahead and check out our team really fast, and then we'll briefly go over the NFL. Again, we have so much to do. I'm going to try to get through this pretty quickly, guys. Stuart Denny, we already saw his stats pretty well. Devin Golden, here are the stats all together. Definitely a little disappointed with how we didn't use Chauncey Green much. We need to get him more involved. He's a very good player, and if we do let Marcel Reese go, we can move Chauncey Green to tight end and be solid there. But it's definitely something to kind of keep an eye on, because we definitely need to figure something out there. So overall, our team ran for 16 touchdowns, though definitely not bad. Towards the second half of the season, that improved greatly. Keaston Mack leading the team in catches. Shakir Gate number 2, but he had 12 touchdowns. And they both nearly hit 1,000 yards. That's pretty crazy. That would have been great if we had 2,000-yard receivers. Ryan McNeil, the rookie, started off the season really strong. Didn't get involved near as much in the second half. Devin Golden started catching the ball in the backfield much more frequently in the second half. That was good. Marcel Reese, again, he did have 3 touchdowns. We need to get him more involved, or at least get his replacement more involved next year. The tight end position is very, very important, and we need to utilize it more. 4 touchdowns for Chase Cross on only 20 catches. Definitely a very solid player. But look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different players caught touchdown passes for us this year, and I absolutely love that. I love that Stuart Denny did such a great job getting so many different players involved. 13 sacks allowed for Ivan Guy. Now, clearly quite a bit of this is us rolling out, but that's still way too many even with that. Nobody else even close to that number. That's something to keep an eye on. Tackles, Brandon Spikes going to be leading the team there. Raynard Ray, number 2, 34 tackles for a loss for Khalil Mack. Like, they cannot run it like an outside play on his side of the field at all. Sacks, we already kind of saw this number here. Great numbers from our team. Obviously, that's the one area that the sliders just don't seem to like us too much. We can't seem to figure that out. Overall, not bad. I wish we got more interceptions this year, you know. I do wish we had more interceptions. Fumbles forced, again, we already kind of saw these numbers here. Fumbles recovered. And then we already saw our kicking and punting. We already saw the block safeties and all that. So we will move forward with the stats from around the NFL. Just to briefly check out the leaders. If you guys want to see these stats more in depth, I would suggest just pausing the video at whatever you'd like to see. Passing. We're just going to go at yards to start. Blake Bortles over 5,000 yards. Drew Brees right under it. Andy Dalton, Carson Wells, and Chaz Jenkins rounding out the list, including Derek Carr. 39 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Wow. Monster season from Derek Carr, and that is why he won MVP. Jeremiah Easley, a guy that we've kind of kept an eye on, has taken over for the Falcons. Interesting to see that. 29 touchdowns, 16 interceptions for him. Geno Smith on the Bills, not a bad season. Not a great season. T.R. Foreman, Andrew Luck's replacement, 34 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Scrolling down the list, where do we have Aaron Rodgers? His first season with the Rams, 25 touchdowns, 16 interceptions for him. Stuart Denny way down here. If we were to just look at touchdown passes, Stuart Denny behind his predecessor. 39 touchdowns for Carr, 37 for Stuart Denny. Second on the list in touchdown passes. I'm thrilled with that. However, he's third on the list in interceptions. Definitely not something to be proud of there. Rushing the ball, we got Adrian Peterson leading the way. Doug Martin, number 2. Tamarcus Easton, a monster season for the Patriots at number 3. Carlos Hyde, number 4 for the 49ers. LaShawn McCoy, number 5. Marshawn Lynch, number 6. And Devin Golden at number 7. Touchdown runs. 18 touchdowns for Michael. Wow. Because Carlos Hyde had 11. And Carlos Hyde had nearly 1,500 yards. And Michael had over 1,000 yards. The rushing attack for the 49ers got work done. Unbelievable. 15 for Peterson. Martin has 14. McCoy has 14. And Bobby Rainey with 14. Tamarcus Easton with 13. Trey Mason with 12 for the Panthers here. Hyde, Rogers, and Murray each with 11. And then quite a few players here listed with 10, including Travaris Cadet for the Appalachian State Mountaineers, baby. Well, he's playing for the Cowboys now, which I hate, but that's okay. Giovanni Bernard, a guy I like a whole lot on this list as well. He's going to be playing for the Texans now. Receiving, Vincent Jackson and Doug Baldwin, each with 126 catches. Wow. Nicholas Moon for the Bills, going to be sitting there at 118. Wes Welker, 115. Jabbar Gray, finally having a breakout season, nearly or just over 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns on 113 catches. Really was not that great of a player up until this season. He was a solid player, but not a great player. Really emerging as a threat now. Going down the list, see if we see any other rookies. Yakov Moody, 108 catches, over 1,200 yards, and 6 touchdowns for him. Anybody else? All right, we got a second-year player, maybe a first-year player if they're in the playoffs. 106 catches, 1,300 yards, just about 10 touchdowns for Jameson for the Panthers there. Down the list, any other new names on the list? All right, Brendan Randall, 99 catches, a little over 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns. Kendall Wright having a great season for the Steelers after leaving our team. Des Bryant catching passes from Aaron Rodgers, a pretty good season there. And I think that's going to be it for that stat. Moving forward, there's Quick, the rookie. We don't need to check out that. Defense, Washington leading the NFL in tackles. Butler going to be at number 2. Sean Lee 3. Luke Kuechly 4. Jace Richardson at number 5. Shazier at number 6. Pleasant at 7. Oh, we had Pleasant. We let Pleasant go. Former Crusader. 140. I was like, why does that name look familiar? 100. We played him out of position, though, because we already had Raynard Ray and Brandon Spikes. So we played him at outside linebacker. But, man, did he blossom in the middle for the Dolphins. 147 tackles. Wow. A sack and an interception. HaHa Clinton Dix, Derek Johnson, Weddle, Mathau, Easley. You get the picture. Sacks, Khalil Mack, 19. We know Keegan Gibson had 19 too, but he's not going to appear here for some reason. Von Miller with 11. Trent Cole with 10. Alden Smith with 8. Irvin with 7. Casey 6. A lot of players with 6 here. Interceptions. Brandon Browner for the Saints now with 10. You know, he has been bouncing around all over the league, but he seems to dominate every single season. It's kind of crazy he hadn't signed a long-term deal with somebody. 10 interceptions for him. Justin Gilbert had 9 for the Buccaneers. Richard Sherman, Joe Hayden, and Chris Culliver each with 7. Ladarius Webb, Mayo, Captain Munnerlyn, Patrick Willis, and Sheed all with 6, including Chris Harris Jr. DJ Hayden, former Crusader, with 5. Jimmy Smith, 5. Eric Reed, 5. Just down the list a little bit. See some names there. Fumbles forced. 5 for Brandon Spikes. He will lead the way here. The rest of that stat, the statistics there. Sherman with 3 recoveries. Ash, the rookie for the Panthers. So the Panthers are in the playoffs then. He had 2 recoveries. And that's a player I believe we scouted quite a bit. Yeah, Wisconsin. So he was the replacement to the replacement of Jimmy Mosley. Blocks. 2 blocks for Washington and 2 for James Laurinaitis. One safety for Trent Cole. Touchdowns. 2 for LeJean Knight, leading the NFL. Hassan Spence, another player we scouted quite a bit. As we scroll down the list, looking at all the defensive touchdowns here, including the Mara Morosa cousin. Down the list, there we go. Kicking. Scroll way back over here. We got Nugent, 38 makes. Not a great percentage, though. He kicked a lot of field goals. And if you look at this, Boy, nobody's kicking long field goals anymore. That might be something we need to look into because that seems a little bit unrealistic there. But there's the list for that. Punting. 97 punts. Wow, all right. Well, we already know Marquette King's going to lead the way in average. The guy is just a tank. Touchdowns here. Kick return touchdowns. 2 for Chase Cross, 2 for Godello Patterson, 2 for Randall Cobb, and 2 for Tavon Austin. So 2 players for the Vikings, each with 2 touchdowns there. Down the list, a rookie for the Jets here. Down the list we go. And I'm seeing a lot of players with the same teams here. Pretty interesting. Punt returns. We got a few players with 2 here, including Percy Harvin and Jeffrey Ryans. Then a lot with 1. We'll scroll down that list pretty quickly here. And then onward we go. Giovanni Bernard on that list. Onward we go. We're going to check out the yearly awards again. Going to go through this pretty quickly, guys, because we got a lot to do. Jeremiah Easley, 6 touchdowns, 367 yards. Koamisi, 12 tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble force. Belton with 12 tackles and an interception. And then Foreman, T.R. Foreman, 3 touchdowns with 316 yards, including a rushing touchdown for him. We already know Derek Carr won MVP. Let's find out where everybody else on the list fell. Derek Carr winning number 1. Blake Bortles coming in at 2. Drew Brees 3. T.R. Foreman 4. A.J. McCarron 5. Chaz Jenkins 6. Stuart Denny number 7 for rookie Ryan Nassib. And look at that. Overall 99. It has happened. We have done a good job improving him, and he is good to go for next season. Ryan Nassib number 8. Robert Griffin at number 9, and Colin Kaepernick number 10, despite the 49ers having the best record in the NFL, 14-2. Mike Zimmer going to win Coach of the Year. Jim Harbaugh number 2, Rex Ryan 3, John Fox 4, Chip Kelly 5, Jack Kerrigan 6, Chuck Pagano 7, Bill O'Brien 8, Mike Smith 9, and Demetrius Turner at number 10. AFC, T.R. Foreman winning Offensive Player of the Year. Blake Bortles 2, Johnny Manziel 3, A.J. McCarron 4. I'm just going to start scrolling through pretty quickly now. Stuart Denny coming in at number 6 there. Chaz Jenkins number 8. Devin Golden number 10. Defensive Player of the Year, Shazier number 1. Jace Richardson number 2. Mayo 3. Khalil Mack at number 4. Like to see that. Brandon Spikes at number 6. And I am surprised that Keegan Gibson did not make the list. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we all knew it. Stuart Denny winning the award by far. Nobody was even close. Terrace Crisp number 2. Ryan McNeil 3. Swope 79 overall number 4. 83 overall for the Jets at number 5. 66 for the Broncos there. And that's Denny's cousin, Alex Denny. We got 2 Dennys, and the Broncos have 1 of them. I don't like that. 76 overall for the Patriots here, 71 overall for the Jets, 78 overall for the Dolphins, and 58 overall, wow, for the Jaguars making the list. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Tyrus Simon for the Steelers, 84 overall. Matthew McCown, 86 overall. I was thinking Defensive Player of the Year when I said it, Keegan Gibson, because I was like, well, Keegan, yeah, he's a second-year player now. McCown, so McCown did not win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's a little bit disappointing. That means Simon must have had a monster season. 87 overall, Fletcher for the Dolphins, 84 overall for the Colts. And then Sherman coming in at number 5, 81 overall. Fuller, 78, 70 for the Texans. George, 66. Moses, 80 for the Browns. And Moss, 77 for the Broncos. Quarterback, just going to start scrolling through pretty quickly. Stuart Denny coming in at number 4. Running back, we got Devin Golden at number 3. What's Martavis Kane ranked now? 88. He's much better than that, I'll tell you that. Giovanni Bernard, number 7. Wide receiver, Justin Blackman, 1. Jabbar Gray, second best receiver in the AFC this year. Kendall Wright, number 4. And not a single Crusader making the list. Wow. Not even Shakir Gayton with his 12 touchdowns. Unbelievable. All right, down the list we go here. Ivan Guy going to make the list at number 3, but he was the one that gave up a ton of sacks. Joe Staley now with the Jets here. Reef at number 5. Our center, and Gabe Jackson at number 9 and 10 respectively. Keegan Gibson is the best defensive lineman, including Shelby Harrison McCown at number 2 and 3. And Everett Clark, that's actually the rookie for the Colts, coming in at number 4 there. Defensive back Joe Hayden leading the way there. And not a single Crusader going to make the list. Kicker, down the list we go. Nothing for us. So on to the NFC. Derek Carr, we knew he won MVP. He's also winning the Offensive Player of the Year. Kaepernick at number 10. Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Willis, I miss you. Luke Kuechly at number 2. Down the list we go. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tomaz Mendenhall for the Cowboys, 88 overall wide receiver. Tavares Quick, 84 overall wide receiver for the Cardinals. Fletcher for the Rams, 85 overall for the Buccaneers. Steel Boatwright, a guy we scouted quite a bit, 69 overall. Giggity Azur, also 69. All kinds of giggities, guys. Hassan Spence, 86 overall for the Packers. Ash for the Panthers, 81 overall. 86 overall for the Cardinals. So they had a monster draft, let's just be honest. The Panthers seemingly had a pretty good draft as well, including the Rams. A lot of teams are really starting to improve. Kaepernick going to be number 4 on quarterback. Carson Wells at number 5. So Carson Wells beating out Aaron Rodgers on the list there. Running back Adrian Peterson, number 1. A lot of names. Carlos Hyde and Michael going to be 4 and 5. That is pretty awesome. The 49ers running backs getting it done. And you guys know now that the Crusaders are out, I am going for the Bruton the Crouton. I'm going for the 49ers. Bruton the Crouton. Moving forward, offensive line, Iupati and Anthony Davis. Another early retirement. Appalachian State, Daniel Kilgore. Man, I love seeing my Appalachian State players on this list. I love it. I love it all. Down the list we go. Defensive back, Brandon Brown are winning number 1. A few 49ers on the list here. Jimmy Smith down there. And that is going to be it for this episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. Next up, we have the playoffs. And I am excited about that. I hope you guys are. Unfortunately, we're not a part of it. But I still think it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. Is Derek Carr, the former Crusader quarterback who we let go because we didn't think he was going to win us the Super Bowl, is he going to go on and win one with the Eagles? The 49ers, team with the best record in the NFL, are they going to win it? Or is it going to be the Broncos? Chaz Jenkins, who had a monster first half of the season, really kind of stumbled in the second half. It'll be interesting to see how they do as well. Guys, thank you so much for this entire season. Y'all have been amazing, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.